Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rahah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. Okay. This is Ariel Zabat out of the GMS Dallas camp. And I'm going to entitle this lesson here, The Heathen Nations Are Here to Punish Israel. Okay. I'm going to start out with a precept real quick. Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 6. All right. Our people have a hard understanding. I'm talking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true Hebrew Israelites, have a hard understanding of why a God would do something like have a certain people go through, hell and torment, by other nations. Okay. You try to figure out why the white man hate you and why when you walk into, a Vietnamese store or a foreign store, they follow you around while you're shopping, looking at you crazy. And it's a reason, okay? Something that happened and something that had taken place. Our power's intention, the Heavenly Father's intention, for us to be a holy people, separate, okay? So we're going to get Deuteronomy 7 and 6, all right? And it reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power, Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." And that's all nations, man, okay? That's his intention, and that's what it will be, okay? It's just right now, we're being punished, you see, for going off, okay? When we were led out of Egypt, out of captivity, the first thing, the Israelites had done when Moses was receiving the commandments, okay? The statutes, all right? What our people do, they made a graven image, all right, and started going off, in these different philosophies, okay? Doing the things after the world, trying to be like the world, because they just came out of Egypt, so they still had outlet wickedness, that they had developed during captivity, okay? So they wanted to make a God unto themselves, you see? And let's get, actually, let's stay in Deuteronomy. Let's get Deuteronomy 28, all right? And start from verse 1. And it reads, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the Lord, to the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I commanded thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth." Okay, so these are the intentions for the Israelites that will come to pass. But since we, didn't keep his commandments, we're going to jump down to verse 15, and it reads, Deuteronomy 28 and 15, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." All right. And in your own leisure time, you can read all of these curses from 16 on down to 68. Okay. And these are the conditions that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are in. All right. You're in subjection unto all the heathen nations, and especially in Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom, because this is where the bulk of the Israelites are, like it was in Egypt. Okay. So let's get some precepts. Let's get Psalms, the 17th chapter. All right. Psalm 17. We're going to start from verse 13. And it reads, Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down. Who is the him? That him is Esau Edom, okay? That's who who's been asked to, that's the him that's been asked to cast him down, And it reads again, Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay? You see? So let's find out who the wicked is. All right. Let's get that Malachi 1 and 4. All right. This is Malachi 1 and 4, and it reads, Remember ye, Salakia. Malachi 1 and 4, and it reads, Whereas Edom said, We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, which they did. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Okay? They shall build, but I will throw down. Okay? And we know this is talking about the heavenly armies, the angels and the chariots. Okay? That's why in Daniel 12 and 1, Michael the archangel is going to stand up for his people. Okay? And it reads, They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom Yahweh had indignation forever. Okay? So these are the Edomites. All right? That he's using to punish you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay? You just being reincarnated from your times past. We are those same spirits. You and your lot that you were in before. Okay? So in the Egyptian captivity, going into Assyrian Babylonian captivity, okay, Medo-Persian captivity, Greek captivity, Roman captivity, and now here in the revised Roman Empire, this captivity, which is the divided kingdoms, okay, the divided kingdom, all right, because you has that same spirit of the first Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, with the plebeians and patrician, okay, which is the Democratic Party and Republican Party that you have here in America. All right, it's the same spirit. Okay, and in the ancient Rome, you had the plebeians and the patrician. Okay, just like here in America, you got the Democrats and the Republicans. You see, and today, as I speak, they're divided, man. All right, we're at the end. Okay. Back in Malachi 1 and 4. So Esau, Edom, that we read about, the wicked that we read about in Psalms 17 and 13, that's Esau, Edom, man. Okay, which is their sword. All right. So let's go to get another one here in Proverbs, the 16th chapter, in verse 4. And it reads, Yahweh had made all things for himself, yes, even the wicked, for the day of evil, okay, which is the day of disaster, all right? Because this is why, you have all of these nuclear ICBM missiles that's been made, because Esau, he's at that point to where if he can't have the blessing, he's going to self-destruct, okay? But, he's going to get destroyed, all right? And mainly is Babylon the Great, okay, a.k.a. America. You see? So let's go back to Proverbs 17 and verse 13, and read it again. And it reads, Salaki, I meant Psalms 17 and 13. And it reads, Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, which is Esau Edom, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay. So the heathen nations, they are here to punish the Israelites, all right, for going off. You see, verse 14, and it reads, from men which are thy hand, okay, and when you speak of the hand of the Lord, especially when it speaks about the right hand, it's talking about starting first and foremost with Yahweh Shai, on down in the rank, and the angels, the army of hosts, okay? And then on the left-hand side, you have Satan and his angels, all right? So this is going into, the evil side, the wicked. From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. Okay? They are full of children and leave and rest of their substance to their babes. Okay? Meaning that, they have plenty to leave their inheritance to their children, their descendants. All right? And this is going into, the top banking families. All right? Starting with them. Okay? And the elites. You see? Let's grab another precept. Isaiah 51. All right. Let's get that real quick. This is Isaiah 51. We're going to start from verse 20. And it reads, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. That's talking about you Israelites, because, we have no understanding. Okay. That's what that's going into. That's why you have the YNs out there acting a fool, our people, having an evil eye toward his brother, ready to whoop him for his J's. If you step on his J's, another YN J's, he's ready to put you to death, of accidentally stepping on his shoes. But then when he see Esau Edom, white man, he ain't gonna do nothing. He's just gonna, he'll get up, pull his pants up, and let him walk through. You see? And it reads again, the sons have fainted. They lie in the head of all the streets as a wild bull, okay, in the net. And that's exactly how they act like brute beasts, man. That's that black fatigue, niggas. People get tired of that shit. You see, the wicked 2/3. And it reads, they are full of the fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy power, okay? And how did that take place? And that's through the curses, man. You see? Verse 21, and it reads, therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Right. And that's because, again, these are us being under the curses, all right? Having no understanding, no wisdom, okay? But, things are gonna change, though, all right? Verse 22, thus said thy Lord, Yahweh, thy power that pleaded the cause of his people, okay? And how is he going to plead with us, okay? How is he going to start defending us? And that's through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, okay? Us waking up to this truth, all right? That's the beginning of us stepping into our into immortality, okay? Taking that blessing back that was supposed to be, not taken, but being given the blessing, the promise that was given to Abraham, Romans 9:4, okay? To the Israelites. You see? So that's where all of that's taking place right now with us waking up to this truth. All right. And it reads again, thus said thy Lord, Yahweh thy power that pleaded the cause of his people. Okay. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. And again, that's going into the curses that fear his fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. Okay. And let's get verse 23. Then we're going to get some precepts. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflicted thee. Okay. Because, see, our time is almost up, out of this captivity. That's why verse 22 says, thou shalt no more drink it again. Okay? Because once we, be delivered by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, okay, which is the elect, all right, that's it. We're not going back into captivity, all right? We'll be entering into the second covenant, immortality, all right? And verse 23 reads, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. Who is them? The other nations, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay? And it reads, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground. See, they being brought to that lower state, and as the street to them that went over. All right, and let's get a precept to that. Well, we get a couple of precepts. All right, let's get Deuteronomy 30:7. All right, and it reads, and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon the enemies, upon thine enemies. Okay, who is that? The heathen nations. And on them that hate thee, which persecuted you. Okay, you see. So all of the curses that's been put on the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Again, you wonder, like, man, why all of these things keep happening to me? That's because we went off as a people, a nation. Okay. And we hear back, serving our punishment. All right. When you die, your spirit go up to the Most High. You come back down and serve your judgment in another body, in the same lot you were in. So if you was a Israelite man, you're going to be another Israelite man. You Israelite woman, you go come back as another Israelite woman. You're not going to know who you were, but you're going to come back as an Israelite. All right. Likewise with these other nations, you see. So yeah, these curses going to fall upon these other nations. And that's why we out here prophesying to our people, man. This is good news. This is what the gospel is about. Why Yahweh Shai came to deliver us, man, to preach the truth, to wake our people up, although they're going to be quickened through the spirit. Okay. The elect is already chosen. We're predestined, Lord willing, we those men and women, but this is something we have to look forward to, man. This is what keep us going out on the highways and byways. We get excited. We catching hell throughout the week. And then when we come out there, we see the other brothers, man. We get excited. Brothers bringing out precepts. He's lighting that fire up under you. You getting fired up. Hey, man. Hey, this is until Yahweh Shai returns. Okay. Let's get Lamentations, the 4th chapter. All right. In verse 22. Okay, and it reads, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Okay, this is you speaking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. Okay, he will no more carry thee into captivity, carry thee away into captivity. You see, this is it for us, and this is why you should turn from your wickedness, man, and repent. And start calling on the names Yahweh, which is the Father. He exists, and Yahweh Shai, which means he's delivered. He delivers, he saves. Okay, Yahweh, Bahashem means in the name. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. So this is the spirit you should be in, man. Okay, quit calling on that goddamn name Jesus. I hate that shit. God damn, it's so fucking irritating. All right. Again, verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom, the Edomites. Okay, the so-called white man, Esau. Okay. These devils think they're going to get away and try to escape their judgment, but that's not going to take place. He will discover thy sins. All right. And that's the shame that's on him right now. He don't want to admit at who he is. All right. He's running from it. trying to blame and accuse Jake all day. Okay? But that's all right. You know, they going into captivity. We're going to end it with this right here. Let's get Psalms 149. Okay? Psalms 149, and we'll start from verse 5. And it reads, let the saints be joyful in glory. And we know that the saints are the Israelites, Psalms 50 and 5. Okay? All right? Who was in the wilderness. All right? Which are the Israelites. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. If they're joyful in glory and singing aloud upon their beds, that doesn't sound like captivity. Okay? It sounds like the Israelites are in their heaven. Okay? Which is in the second covenant, man. Verse 6, let the high praises of thy power be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. To do what? Execute vengeance upon the heathen. All right. These heathen nations, they know their time is coming. All right. And this is what all of this tumult is about that you read in Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Okay. All of these nations being confederate against us, man. They know who we are as a people. And when we fall and, when we fall to sin, iniquity upon iniquity, that, hey, we're going to continue under these curses. But with us waking up, it's a problem to the world, man. That's why Esau, Edom is so much in a hurry, to bring hell upon Jake, man. Okay. Verse 7, and it reads, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. Okay. And the first thing what we're going to do, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. All right. And that's what's going to happen to these top banking families, start with the top banking families, Esau, Edom over here in Babylon the Great, because they not here in Babylon the Great. They in these other countries, somewhere else, they're going to try to hide in their bunkers. But that's not going to help them, because we're going to snatch them up out of there. We're going to be in our new bodies. All right. We're going to be fishers, turn to hunters. Okay. Verse 9, to execute upon them the judgment written. Okay. So there's nothing he can do to escape his judgment, which he's trying to. Okay. This honor have all his saints, which are the elect. Okay. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. All right. So, hey, this is why, we are in these conditions. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the prophets, they were under the curses as well. They still are today. Okay. Yahweh Shai, he came in the flesh. All right. In servitude, you see, under the Roman captivity. Okay. So, hey, man, nobody is exempt from this punishment that we're receiving from these heathen nations. OK, so, stay prayed up. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. Shalom.